say, fixtures are out and the next 9 months are mapped out ahead of us.
Yeah, and I spoke to Paul first thing this morning. I said, what's your reaction to the fixtures then? And he probably told you the same. He said, well, they're all hard. And I think that's probably right. I think genuinely most of the fixtures are okay. I always look at the Tuesday nights to see who you've got at home in the Tuesday nights, because obviously that can impact on crowd numbers and commercially as well. So it's not too bad. Southend on a Tuesday night, it's a bit of a trek for them to come to us. Bristol Rovers is a bit of a blow, but at the end of the day, you want the Tuesday night ones to be probably lesser supported teams so that you don't lose out financially, which we have over the years, last couple of years, certainly with likes of Sheffield United being on a Tuesday night, Millwall being on a Tuesday night, which obviously impacts on the numbers coming to the game. But I think the only sticking point is probably Southend away on 30th of December, when we then have a game 2 days later on the 1st of January at home. So I don't quite get how they've worked that out, but there is always one, whatever fixture list you come up with. I'm sure everybody complains about something, but that one for me certainly isn't ideal for us to travel the distance to Southend on the 30th and then play a game 2 days later. I don't know how we're expected to recover from one game to play the next, but hey ho.
I guess you always look at certain fixtures: home on the first game of the season, home on the last game of the season. So again, that's quite a good way.
Well, that's the first time we've been at home. Well, that's certainly since I've been here in the last game of the season. First game of the season, Northampton will be a hard game. We played them towards the end of last season as well away. So you want to start at home. You want to try and go off to a positive start. And when we look back to last year with MK Dons, who'd just come down for the championship, so again it was new it was going to be a hard start. But you look at the fixtures in August, and if you can get off to a good start and build a bit of momentum, then who knows where it can take us. But then again, you look at the September fixtures and you think there's a lot of hard ones, and let's be honest with you, every game's hard, but hopefully we can be successful.
One of the things as well is the distances. There's a lot of travelling now that the local teams have gone out to different leagues. Well,
losing, for example, Port Vale and getting in Portsmouth and Plymouth certainly wasn't the best from a travelling point of view, but obviously it's new stadiums that we've probably not been at for a while as well. And I think Blackpool's in April as well, last away game of the season. Yeah. So hopefully that's one that we can go and be celebrating down by the beach with beach balls that day as well. But I think talking of Blackpool, it could have been worse. You look at the playoffs and we might have ended up with Exeter as well as Plymouth and Portsmouth. So you just got to take the rough with the smooth, and being involved in football, whether you're a player or whatever, you just have to attend these games and be there and enjoy the experience.
In the background as well, the training ground's been ticking over the redevelopment and all ready for Friday.
Yeah, I was out this morning with the chairman, having a look round. It's coming together nicely. It's certainly quite a facility when you're inside it and you see about it. You've seen it yourself this week, and obviously there are going to be small teething problems. There'll be things that aren't 100% ready, because it's been a long process to make sure we have everything, and there are things that you pick up as you're going along that we're having to make decisions even this week on certain things that to make sure it's right. But I think when the players come in and they see from what the building was, and the supporters will remember the building that was out the back for a number of weeks out beside the railway line behind the West Stand, and to see where it's come to is amazing. We've got to be very grateful to Skitty's done a great job helping Danny, getting really involved with the project management of the thing. We've all had to share the burden, shall we say, but there's been a lot of companies out there and a lot of businesses and a lot of tradesmen that have come in and helped us enormously make sure that we've got the standards that we have achieved on the budget we had as well. So it's been a big investment, to be honest with you, for the club. The whole thing's going to tally up to almost £1 million all in, so it's a lot of money. We did say we would invest in the training ground with the profits from last year, and hopefully it'll pay dividends in the future. You've been out there today and seeing the grass and the building really taking shape. It's fantastic.
And talk to the manager, the coaching staff, players, and they all stress the importance of basically having a home.
Yeah, I think it's the world we live in nowadays in football. Teams are used to that. It's the professionalism of it all, having their own home, as you say, and their own place, their own space to work. And the building's totally obviously self-contained with their restaurant, gym, changing rooms, offices, physio room, etc. So the whole setup, it's almost 520 square metres, the building, so it is a good sized area, but it will be their home. They'll be doing the work there 4 days a week, sometimes 5, depending on how things go, and certainly the next few weeks will be where they'll be spending their pre-season.
I guess as well it means the greenhouse medal will be a quiet place during the week.
I don't know if it ever quiet place is the right word, quiet, or maybe certainly the players won't be about, but again, the stadium's always, I mean, you see it today, there's so many businesses in using, most of the boxes are being used today, most of the suites are being used today by quite a number of businesses, and it's important for us that we get that secondary income from the stadium through the week, and the conferences and events that we've got going on. It's great to see. It's great when you drive in the morning early and you see so many cars in the car park, and it shows that the stadium is being used 365 days a year, not just for football games.
One part of the pre-season training programme, which hasn't happened for a while, is players going away to Portugal on training camp, so it shows the backing the club's giving them.
Yeah, to be honest with you, Paul spoke about this at the tail end of last season about the chairman and I about potential for going away and for a bonding session, get them away from everywhere at all and everybody, and just a change of scenery as well. So we managed to get a trip for them to go to Portugal. So hopefully the facilities look good. They're all self-contained there. They'll also play a game over there as well. And hopefully from that, I think it's a good chance for Paul and the players to bond together, get to know each other. Because it's all very well, being with players, for 4 or 5 hours a day, but when you see them day and night, you actually get to know them much better and know how to help them, and hopefully going forward that will help the coaching staff and the relationship they've got with the players, and help the whole team bonding going forward.
With the players back, the fans start to look towards pre-season games. Any update on ticket arrangements for those yet?
Yeah, we're just trying to finalise that just now. Obviously, we've got a number of home games this year, but I think it's 4, isn't it? So we're looking at trying to make that attractive as well, to make sure we can get people along. Hopefully there'll be a number of new faces to add to the ones that we've already got, and people to see the team. We obviously need to agree the pricing with the opposition clubs, so that's getting done just now, and hopefully we'll be able to announce something quite soon.
With the fixtures out now, season tickets are still on sale at the second early bird till Saturday.
Yeah.
So people can pretty much plan out the rest of the season and see if it's worth their while.
Well, to be fair, this was your idea that we hold it till after the fixtures come out.
Don't hold them to it.
So hopefully we've had a few people in this week already. I've made a couple of calls to people who missed the last deadline to remind them of the impending deadline this Saturday. We're open from 10 till 12 on Saturday morning as well, and they'll be available online as well. But hopefully that people now see the fixtures, which is what the idea and behind it, and it was the right thing to do. This was the second tranche of the pricing, which finishes this weekend, and hopefully people will still see that it's very good value at under £15 a game for an adult.
The other thing people look at as well is recruitment, and still going on in the background. Bryn's put pen to paper on a 2-year deal, so good to have a young player like that.
Yeah, no, that one's taken longer than I think we all hoped, Bryn included, coupled with Bryn being on holiday a couple of times and being abroad, and also his agent being in South China without any phone signal or email contact. So it's been frustrating, I think, for all of us, how long that's taken. But to see his smile on the face when he signed today, and he's delighted to be back, and he's obviously got that. It's not a 6-month deal that he had before. He's got 2 years. He's got time to bed in. He knows the club. He's familiar with most of the boys now. He knows the manager and Doige as well. So hopefully it's a good one. But there's a lot of other things the things really moved on in the last few days. It's just been constant. There are a lot of balls in the air just now. And although Paul's been on his course, we've been in regular touch. He phoned me in a 15-minute break about 20 minutes ago, so just to get an update of where we are, because there are so many balls in the air just now, and it's difficult trying to keep up because I'm having to communicate with him by text and email all the time, just to keep him up to date. But it's starting to come together. We kind of expected that, as pre-season training starts, and obviously even the lure of going away to Portugal for a week as well, it's important for us to try and get as many of the players as we can signed up sooner rather than later, so that we can take them away and be part of the bonding session in Portugal.
Yeah, 'cause I spoke to Paul this morning, and he mentioned the same sort of thing. As time comes nearer to pre-season, people start to look at their options and what they've got, and then make those choices.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's, I think everybody just thinks of close seasons, and suddenly when you get to, I'm suddenly, that this is happening this week, the players are coming back, it gives us an opportunity as well to go and speak to whether it's players, agents or other clubs, and try and make sure we can get them in, because there is the incentive of, say for example it's a loan player, the loan club wants the player to come and integrate with the rest of the squad sooner rather than later, because it will benefit their development by being part of the squad earlier rather than later. So we're hoping that some of that, for example, could potentially happen in the next week or so.